I'm gutted. I'm gutted. Honestly, I'm really gutted. First and foremost, before we get into it, I want you all to tap the like button and subscribe because we're trying to get 200 subs. As I say, I am sorry. I do apologise for not doing a watch long. I fell asleep and woke up 9 minutes after kickoff at 12:39. So I did miss the first 9 minutes, but not that I missed much in the game. But yeah, hold on, let me just adjust that camera. I want to just say, I'm just gutted. I'm fucking gutted, and I'll tell you why I'm gutted. Because I don't think we played bad. I don't think we played bad. I don't think we played amazing. I thought there was some stinkers. We're gonna get into some stinkers and hooks. We're gonna get into them. But overall, the camera's winding me up, mate. It's winding me up. Overall, I don't think we played bad at all. Yeah, I thought we defended well for the majority of the game, but it's the two mistakes. Two mistakes. I mean, what were they even doing for that second goal? And what was Maguire doing? Maguire had a decent game, but that fucking goal was poor. He needs to do better there. But then again, what was the second goal? I'll be more fuming about. But you could tell it was coming, man. We kept giving the ball to him. No focal point. The manager's tactics. I mean, we're gonna get into this manager. He's got no clue what he's doing. No one can tell me any otherwise. He's got no clue what he's doing. No clue. No clue. Genuinely. Oh, we're gonna get into him anyways. As I say. Right, first goal, first half. I don't think we were playing bad. I don't think it was our attack that was letting us down. I think defensively we looked all right. Midfield looked okay, but it was the playing Mount up top, another manager mistake, and then Mount and Bruno interchanging from striker and 10 wasn't working. That doesn't work. It didn't work last game. It's not going to work this game. Sorry, mate. Rashford, biblical stinker. Awful performance. Sell. We should have sold him when PSG wanted to fight. PSG still thought he was good. Now PSG have gone and bought 3 wingers this summer, or 2, 3 wingers this summer. They ain't ever going to buy him on. They're never going to look at him again. Which is disappointing, to say the least. I'm deflated, man. That is really annoyed. As I say, it was just shit. It's just shit, innit? Yeah, so I'll say about the first half. As I say, other than the goal that we conceded, I thought we were all right. Defensively, all right. Moved the ball okay-ish at times. Attack was letting us down. Ahmad, by the way, we're going to get on to. I thought was awful first half. I'm going to keep it consistent because I always do. I don't just look at GA. Oh, but he scored. That don't mean you had a good game, mate. And Ahmad's one of my favourite players in this team. If not my favourite player in this team. But I know Ahmad Diallo didn't have a good game today. And I don't blame him. Do you know why I don't blame him? Because the manager's thrown him right under the bus, playing him a day after his mother's died. Seriously, playing him a day after his mother died. This man, imagine that. Imagine that, like, if Ahmad didn't score today, his confidence and his self-esteem is going to be this low in the bin. Luckily for him, God blessed him with a goal. Luckily. Because his self-esteem, his confidence, everything would be in the absolute gutter if it weren't for that goal. Because he was poor today, but his mother's just died. Why will you play him? Oh, because you got an agenda. I don't want to put Sancho on the bench. You bought Anthony for 90 million, mate. You can't play him. Anyways, right, we're gonna discuss player ratings. I'm not even gonna come on here and rant and shout because I'm just deflated. I'm more deflated than angry. I know this manager's not good enough. People will wake up one day. People will wake up to some of these players. People are already waking up to Rashford. The streets are awoke. By the way, Bruno Fernandes, the captain, biblical stinker. I mean, there was about 3 times in that game where a half-decent number 10 scores the goals. He gets put into decent positions, right? And then his first touch lets him down. First touch is a trampoline. Do you know what I mean? He's got the first touch of a 4-year-old fucking playing football. First touch of a 4-year-old playing with a bit of paint on a wall. Dun, 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 dun. That's all it is, just bounce, ball bounce off his foot. What was it the one time where Xerxes cuts it back to him and by the way his positioning was poor. Like, but he bobbed the balls passed back to him and he bobbles it up into the air and then bounces off his knee. It's like, fuck me. This is the number 10, world-class attacking midfielder that these don't want to keep telling me he is. And this is why I kind of rate him. Because I understand he gets GA. Yeah. But, bro, I can never rate a player without a good first touch. It's the most important thing in football. It is the most important thing in football. A good first touch. If you play football, you know first touch is the most important thing in football. Yeah, for any player on the pitch, especially nowadays with goalkeepers and that all playing that way. Most important thing on football. Anyways, moving on. As I say, we're getting his player ratings. Onana in goal. Don't think he played bad. Don't think he could have done anything with the goals. Blame his defence. 6. Didn't have much to do. Distribution was okay-ish. 6. Mazraoui today was a much worse game than he played last week. I give him a 6. Again, don't think he was at fault. Although one of the goals did come down his side. I'd rather blame Maguire for that because I think that's more Maguire's fault. Yeah, as I said, I don't think he played that bad. I don't think he played that great. It was a 6. It was a standard performance from Mazraoui. I expect more from what I saw last week. Dalot, again, is kind of against some pace merchant. Thought he dealt with him okay-ish. 6, standard. Didn't think he played amazing. Didn't think he played bad. It's just, yeah. Oh, mate. I'm just gutted. Proper gutted, man. Honestly, I'm proper fucking gutted, and I've not got the energy to come and scream and shout. You all know my thoughts and feelings on the fucking goalkeeper. Not the goalkeeper, so manager. You all know it. Yeah, the geezer is not good. And people want to keep pretending he's any good because they're emotionally attached to a geezer. Yeah. Once again, tactically, he's let us down. Once again, we conceded late. We're still doing it late, by the way. We're still conceded late. What is it? Why can't we? Why do we concede late in the Community Shield? I don't even need to mention. By the way, I think the commentator said it was the 4th time in Eric Ten Hag's tenure Man United conceded in the 95th minute. Do you know that's mad? Obviously, because I know that there was 2 against Chelsea. It was after 95th minute or after. 2 against Chelsea, 1 against Brighton, and don't even know the other one. Brentford, or maybe it might have been since last season. But we just keep conceding late. The same mistakes happening. Lea Sandro, 7. Don't think he was bad. Don't think he was amazing, but I don't think he was bad. I thought he was quite decent. Probably one of our better players, as I say. His passing's good. For me, for me today, he never really got caught out from what I saw. He never really got caught out when he runs into the midfield and he puts in a tackle. He never really caught it. He timed his things well today. I thought he was quite good. He almost got himself sent off though, because when Van Heck, the blonde geezer, fouled him, you can see Martinez lifts his leg up. You can see he lifts his leg up, doesn't he? And if Van Heck was in the wrong position in that time, that is a red card. He gets sent off for that. Needs to chill out on that one, but that is what that is just him as a personality. Moving on, Harry Maguire, I'm going to give him a 6. Performance wise, it's probably a 7, but that one mistake, he gets put down. He needs to do more there, man. That was fucking poor. Yeah, let the ball roll and then nowhere to be seen for the cross. Yeah, but overall wasn't bad. We all know Harry Maguire's not the best centre half. We all know he's just an okay-ish centre half, and yeah, there's nothing really needs to be said on it. Casemiro, 7, probably one of our better players on the ball though. I mean, his composure on the ball. I mean, he's got the composure. No, I can't think of an analogy. I can't think of an analogy. Honestly, my head's gone. Fucking hell. Yeah, he's got no composure on the ball. No composure on the ball. Every time he's pressed, it's like a pedo at Legoland. He just starts sweating. Yeah. And then you see Brighton's DM. And by the way, off the ball, Casemiro very good. He's good today. I'm not saying he's not, but on the ball, he's got no composure, which is why you need to stick him next to a ball player midfielder, which is why you need other players around him that are not going to fucking hunt the ball. Sorry, hunt the ball, hoof the ball. You need other players around him, mate, that he can pass to. Because he's not that greatest. He's the best you've ever seen of Casemiro is you put him next to Kroos and Modric. Is Bruno a Kroos type player or a Modric type player? No, he's not. So why do you think he's going to do that his whole game? He hasn't done it his whole career. Why do you think he can do it now? This manager ain't got a clue, man. Yeah, as I say, Casemiro 7 out of 10. By the way, anyone slagging off Casemiro then hyping up Mount, do not take them seriously. They're just doing it for clicks because Mason Mount has to be seen as a good signing. Even though he's had about 2 good games in his United, and we're going to get onto Mount, by the way, Mickey Mount, half-time hooked and an absolute stinker. Anyone that actually rates Mason Mount is deluded. Well, has rated Mason Mount for Man United is deluded. The geezer is trash. Yeah, he's been absolutely awful for us. It's funny how this guy, Mason Mount, gets doesn't get similar treatment to other players, innit? Like Sancho's and Casemiro's. Why is that? Why isn't he getting the same treatment? Because Sancho's performed better for Man United than Mason Mount does. Seriously, Sancho cost us more, but is Mount not? Maybe Sancho is on more a week. Sancho's on 350, but Sancho's cost us more. But that's irrelevant to me, anyways. Yeah, Sancho's performed better and he gets 10 times more stick. Mount, so Casemiro 7 out of 10. Mainu again wasn't the greatest game today. He was all right. Ended up getting booked. I give him a 6 out of 10. 6.5 out of 10. I didn't think it was the greatest game from him. I didn't think it was a worst game. I just don't think he was that great. When you compare it to the others, then you look at it and go, maybe he was all right. But overall, I thought he was quite poor from his stands, from the player I know he is. So yeah, 6.5. Not really more needs to be said about Mainu there. We're going to move on to Mickey Mount. Is there a refund that we can get for Chelsea? Can we go back to Stamford Bridge and hand in the receipt and, do you know what I mean, like you go to Asda and barcode settings and that, and you fucking say, yeah, here's a receipt? Because I'm sure they could do with him. Surely, you know what I mean? They could do with Mickey Mount. Look what he done for you. Look what he done for your club. You know, he won the Champions League. You know what I mean? He got the assist in the final. He scored against Real Madrid in the semi-final. Would you take him back? Please, sir. Please, sir, take him back. Please. We even do a little bargain. You can have him for 5 million. Honestly, it is a joke. That geezer is him and Anthony are struggling to be the worst signings in our history. Like one of them is the worst signings in our history. They've barely had both. Even then, Anthony's had a few good moments. What's Mount done? Seriously, what's Mount done? And you can always tell when the way someone is, or what their opinions are about or based on, if they rate Mason Mount at Man United, or if they're hyping up Mount on Twitter. They ain't serious, bruv. They just want clicks. People want to pretend Mason Mount's good. I don't know why. I really don't know why. I don't know why. Is it because he was signed by this manager? But then Anthony was signed by this manager. Casemiro was signed by this manager. Yeah, they don't rate them. So what is it? Why do people want to pretend Mason Mount's good? He's fucking shit. 4 out of 10. Biblical stinker and hooked. Then, moving on. Amad Diallo. Scored the goal. I'll give him a 6 for that. Performance-wise, poor. But, as I say, I'm not fucking getting onto him. His mother died. Why are you throwing him under the bus, Ten Hag? You know what I mean? Imagine that. Imagine this is exactly what this man manager and his piss poor man management. Piss poor man management. Absolutely disgusting human being this manager is. Disgusting. And before people say, oh, he must have said it to Amad. He must have talked to Amad. I don't give a shit. I really couldn't care. Amad scored today. Yes, cool. Does that mean he had a good game? No. Am I going to blame him? No. Do you know why I'm not going to blame him? Because his mum just died. The person who gave birth to him. And you playing him. Fuck me. Honestly. Before people sit there and say, oh, it's his job. Oh, it's his job. Oh, I wouldn't be able to have a day off because my mum died. That doesn't matter. I didn't say have a day off, by the way. Put him on the bench. Put him on the bench. Where is Sancho? Or has he been left out the squad again? He's still training, though. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. What happens if, by the way, can I just ask, before we get into it, what happens if Sancho doesn't get the move? Does he come back into the squad after all this again? This manager is a cunt. Honestly, absolute despicable human being. Feel sorry for Amad. Delivered though in a moment. I'm not sure what he sent a defender and then smacked it. Got a bit of luck, come off the other defenders and went in 2-1. Sorry, 1-1. And we needed that. We needed a goal, and I'm delighted for him to get it. I'm honestly really delighted. I do love it. I do like Ahmad. Yeah, I'm delighted for him. Especially after the manager threw him under the bus. But it's nice to see him actually score. In these circumstances. Yeah, as I say. Big up to Ahmad. Bless up Ahmad because top player, man. And by the way, well, we're gonna get Rashford. Get on to you. Absolute generational stinker. The most overrated footballer this football club has ever seen. The most overrated footballer this football club has ever seen. Now people are all waking up. The masses are awoke. It wasn't like we were telling you 3 years ago he was overrated. He was a pace merchant. Can't accelerate anymore. That's what the masses are saying. Oh, his body's finished. Body's given up on him. Maybe all those years of playing through injury under Ollie come back to bite him. Or maybe all those times he missed training when he was up on a piss up might come back to bite him. Who knows? It's almost as if when you kick up a fuss about playing too much, it comes back to bite you, innit, Rashford? You know what I mean? Almost a fuss. But I can go through the dressing room and name you all these players after the Europa League final that have played through injury. Yeah, now look what happened. Look at them. Played for injury. Pogba played for injury. Now his career's done. Martial played for injury. Now his career's done. You've played for injury. Now your career's done. All for what? For what? For what? Because all you did was hold this club back. Seriously, I'm even for all of them. All he did was hold his club back. Played for injury for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, you know, and he's now ruined his career. Not that he was ever that good. I never rated Rashford, but he'd still be able to stink up a goal, get himself running behind, score a goal. People are still defending him on Twitter, by the way. People are still defending him on Twitter. They'll do it. They'll do it till the cows come home, mate. They'll do it till Jesus returns. That's when they'll do it. They'll defend him until Jesus returns. The geezer's done. And he was never that good anyways. The best time I've ever seen Rashford play football was when he was interchangeable with Martial. Martial plays 1 week, Rashford plays another. He had the fucking acceleration. He was rapid. Yeah, he used to cook that season where he cooked Trent. Yeah, he had quick feet. He wasn't playing for injury, and mentally he was up there because he was focused on wanting to become a starter. Now he's got the start. He's made it. His motivation's lost. His head's out of the game. Yeah. Clearly, he can score goals. Or could score goals consistently. Not anymore. Done. Washed. Get rid. But people will still... Once again, this football club's 3 years behind. Once again, this football club's 3 years behind. You could always going to happen. It was always going to happen with him. I could have told you this 4 years ago. Once he loses his acceleration or pace, Geezer's done. All of his goals, most of his goals, majority of his goals are pace related. If you look at Saka, for example, Saka's a better player than Rashford. Saka's goals he's not quick at all. Saka is overplayed. Saka will lose some of his legs. Yeah, like a bit like Rashford because he plays through injuries and that. But Saka's never relied on pace. Saka buys yards by being able to body feint. Saka buys a thing for a shot for doing for being skillful. Not like skillful trickery, but you know what I mean. Rashford don't do that. He doesn't do that anymore. He hasn't got the ability to do that. You look at that and I'm like, when people sit there and compare him to other wingers, I'm like, bro, you know Rashford only scores goals because he's running behind, bro. Or because he skips past one, he smacks it. He can strike the ball well, but even then, I think that's fucking lost of him now. Do you know what I mean? Poor. 4 out of 10. Stinker. Sell. Get rid. Should have done it 3 years ago, man. Should have done it 3 years ago. Awful player. We're getting a bit on now, so we need to finish these ratings. Bruno, 5. Biblical stinker. First touch of a donkey. Genuinely, I reckon my dog's got a better first touch than him. He drops an absolute stinker today. No GA to hide behind. That's my door, by the way. No GA to hide behind. And overall, poor performance. Sat there on the floor for half of it. And then sat there complaining Da, 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 da. And then, well, complained when he come off. He's like, take it off me. Whatever, mate. Jog on. At the end of the day, manager, you get a fucking 0 out of 10. Poor, honestly, poor. Honestly, I'm fuming at that. Sorry if you can hear any noise in the background. Where's my mouse? Anyways, cheers for watching. As we have just waffled, I'm just deflated. I'm annoyed. I'm frustrated. But yeah, cheers for watching. Net video tomorrow.